Hi, this is Mika with Club Express. I'm making this tutorial for everyone who had a great time at Holiday Magic on Friday night and want to make more snowflakes at home, or for those of you who couldn't come out that evening. So the supplies you're going to need are a pair of scissors, glue, and some paper clips, as well as paper cut into squares. What size square you use is up to you. You could go as large as a piece of newspaper or as small as a Post-it note, but the size square you use is going to determine how big your snowflake will be when it's finished. So count out 6 squares. And you're going to start off by dividing them into 2 groups. So there'll be 3 squares per group. You're going to fold them on the point so that the point of the square matches the opposite point, and press down, and that way you're going to get a triangle shape. Do that with both stacks of 3. Fold point to point and press down. Then, using one of those triangles, you're going to fold it in half one more time. So you've essentially folded your square into quarters. Now this next step is really important. You want to hold the side that is open and cut from a folded edge to a folded edge. So notice I'm cutting along that same line, folded edge to folded edge. And I'm going to make 2 cuts. Don't cut all the way, because then you'll end up cutting the whole thing up. So when you open it up, it'll look like this. Repeat that same process with your other stack of 3 squares. So I folded it over, holding the open side. I'm going to make 2 cuts. Now, you don't have to do it with just 2 cuts. The first time, I would recommend doing it with only 2 cuts because you want to get used to all the steps of the process. If that's easy for you, then go ahead on your next snowflake and make more. The more cuts you get, the more elaborate your finished product will be. So once you've done that, you open up your squares, and they should look something like this, like concentric squares. A square inside of a square inside of a square. So at this point you'll have 6 of those cut up squares. And this is where the fun begins. Alright. So the next step will be to start gluing. You're going to put one of the center corners towards the other side and add just a little bit of glue. Less is more when you glue this project. Then you'll overlap the other side of that square so you get a cylinder in the middle. For those of you who like your Italian Christmas cookies, it looks kind of like a cannoli. So there you go. I put a paper clip on the smallest one because it's kind of hard to get in there and really bond those pieces together. So the paper clip is just temporary. When your glue is dry, you'll take it off. Next, you put it face down, and you do the same procedure with the middle edges, but on the opposite side. So you just see there's a loop there and a loop here. Add my glue. This time we won't need the paper clip because we can use a little bit of friction by rubbing our fingers to dry it. There we go. And for the last one, we turn that upside down and glue the opposite side. Again, if you add a lot of glue, you're going to need to stand there and rub those pieces together longer. Otherwise, they just won't dry. So each square is going to end up looking just like this.